Well, I survived my vacation, so I thought I would phone in another one of these episodes. Alright, here we go. I'm too lazy to memorize them, so I'm just gonna read them. The newly renovated Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool turned green with algae shortly after its multi-million-dollar renovation. Officials say they're cleaning it up and have pointed to both recurring algae issues and vandalism-related damage. The administration wanted it to be American flag blue. Instead, it went with Mountain Dew Baja Blast. For a week, it looked like one of the nicest landmarks in America, and now it looks like Shrek's infinity pool. Stop looking at my stuff over there. A buddy cam video from a Project Mustang data center meeting has gone viral after an attendee was arrested following a dispute over speaking time. Nothing restores public confidence in government quite like hearing your 3 minutes are up. Then arrest him. Officials insist everyone has a chance to be heard, as long as they finish their sentence before the stopwatch. Communities across the country continue pushing back against large AI data center projects. Apparently, the future of AI depends on convincing everyone that your neighborhood is the ideal place for an industrial warehouse that drinks enough water to terrify a cactus. Sony officially announced it will stop producing physical PlayStation game discs beginning in 2028, continuing its shift towards digital-only releases. Sony says this reflects consumer demand. Gamers say it reflects Sony's demand. Sony also recently removed purchased digital content from some users' libraries, fueling concerns about digital ownership. Nothing says you own it forever quite like Error 404. If I might be serious here for a second, I'm not sure if you are aware of a amateur podcast I do with my friend Katan. It's called the UMF podcast. UMF standing for You Make Films, not you mother, Anyway, episode 3. Katan and I talked about this. We recorded the episode maybe 2.5, 3 years ago, and we talked about it. If we were talking about movies specifically, but I have deodorant back there. Anyway, we were specifically talking about movies and how if streaming isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. Like, that is something he and I have been saying for years. And to see it now happening in the games, it's like, oh my god. Anyway. Remember when people laughed at your shelf of discs? Who's laughing now? Actually, nobody, because the servers are down. Anyway. Tim Sweeney continues to make headlines with his criticism of competitors and commentary about the future of AI and gaming. At this point, Tim Sweeney talks about Steam more than I talk about my ex. And I was engaged. No, I wasn't. Or was I? A Wisconsin body cam video showing an extremely erratic trespassing suspect has gone viral. Police described the suspect as uncooperative. The internet described him as Tuesday. It's a crazy year. What are you gonna say? One influencer documented having to shop at a regular grocery store after her Sam's Club order was canceled. Oh my god, imagine filming yourself walking into a grocery store like you're entering Mordor. She actually asked viewers to wish her luck. Lady, it's produce, not Normandy. But you know what? We're gonna thank heaven almighty that you made it out of there alive. I could not believe it. YouTube is pushing back against proposed UK rules that critics say could give government-approved news greater prominence. It's one of the few times people looked at YouTube and said, please don't cave. Nothing unites the internet quite like saying, maybe let the government decide what information everyone should see. I don't know. Why aren't you guys applauding this? Google wants AI to summarize articles. Spotify wants AI to sing songs. Game companies want AI to make games. Pretty soon, AI is going to watch the AI-generated movie based on the AI-written book, while the rest of us pay the subscription. Every week, I think, Surely this is the weirdest news cycle we'll ever have. Then next week, somebody gets arrested over a 3-minute speech. Sony deletes ownership itself. The reflecting pool turns into pea soup, and an influencer needs emotional support to buy bananas. At this point, reality isn't jumping the shark. Reality is like speed running the entire aquarium. And yeah, it's getting harder to smile. I am Philip Alexander Orihuela, and this was another episode of Weekday Update.